Hey everyone, my name is Tori. Welcome to my channel if you've never been here before, and today we're going to be talking about kind of a serious topic. Today we're going to be talking about researching for getting new animals or researching the pets you already have. And my main focus I want to discuss is the fact that YouTube is not enough. It never will be enough. Research is incredibly important when getting pets because it's how you know what's best for your animals, either before you get them or after you get them. There are so many ways that you can research your animals, and unfortunately there's a lot of misinformation out there, especially online. It's your job as a pet owner to read and watch everything out there. That way you can differentiate between fact and opinion and what is necessary and what is optional. This brings me back to my first point. YouTube is not enough. Pet channels are an excellent jumping off point when you're doing research for animals. There are a ton of incredible channels that discuss many different kinds of animals. YouTubers aren't experts. There are always more things to learn and discuss when it comes to animal husbandry. You should never take a YouTuber's word on animal care as gospel because you're responsible for your pet, and if that YouTuber is wrong, you could be putting your animals in danger. Calling any of us, including me, an expert is dangerous and it's really misleading. Most pet YouTubers are here for fun. We talk about our pets. That's why we're called pet channels. So what are some ways that you can research if YouTube isn't the only place? Literally everywhere. You want to read and watch as much as you possibly can. When I decide I want a pet, I start my research process before I get them. We could talk about impulse buying if you wanted to, but I'm not gonna get into it in this video. It is 100% best to do all of your research before you bring an animal to your house. So my first step is YouTube. Like I mentioned, YouTube is a great jumping off point. I try and find a pet tuber that has the animal I'm researching so that I can take a look at their husbandry. Maybe if they have care guides, I can watch those. That's my first stop. Typically that's my first stop because this is what I do. But for a lot of people, Google is the first stop where you can go and search care sheets online, often from breeders that will have a ton of information on them. Of course, Google is not an extremely reliable source, nor is YouTube. So where do you go next? Next, I start looking for species-specific forums. There are a bunch of different ones. Take, for example, my hamster, who the camera is sitting in front of right now. There is a forum called Hamster Hideout, which has a ton of information and a ton of people that own hamsters in it. Along that same vein, on Facebook, there are a ton of species-specific groups on there that you can join and ask questions of people that actually own the animals you're looking for. Not only can you just ask questions, but looking at the posts from other people that own those animals is incredibly helpful. I run with a couple friends a hedgehog group where people come and ask us questions all the time. And it's not just us answering them. It's a group of people that have experience with that animal that can come and answer your question. I've found groups and forums incredibly helpful, even more so than, say, a YouTube video, because I'm having conversations with people that have been there, that know what they're doing, and that have experience with the animals that you're looking to take care of. And it's not just one person, it's oftentimes dozens to hundreds of people. I sometimes even try and find books on the animals that I'm looking into, although I found that with books, those are typically the most outdated sources of animal care. So while I always enjoy reading them, depending on the publication date, I usually decide to take whatever's in them with a grain of salt until I can corroborate it with other sources that are more current. Once you've read and watched as much as you possibly can, it can be much easier to figure out what is misinformation and what is something that you need to know. Comparing your sources is a great way to find out what is beneficial for your animal and actually factual. For example, if all but one source is saying that something is dangerous, that probably means that that one source might not be the best to trust wholeheartedly and might not be the best source of information. Ultimately, your pet's husbandry is in your hands. So use your best judgment when doing your research and look at all of your sources critically. Just because information is coming from a face that you trust doesn't always mean that it's the best information out there. Always look deeper into these things because it's what's best for your pet. So use your best judgment and care for your pets the way they deserve to be cared for. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm not trying to offend any pet YouTubers. I am one. I just personally think it's a bad idea to get all of your information from someone like me who's just sharing something they love. I do have a ton of information about my pets that I love sharing with you guys, but that doesn't make me an expert. I had to do all of this research before I gave it to you guys. So you should absolutely be critical of everything I say or any other pet tuber. I am so happy that some of you guys trust me or other pet channels. That's amazing. It's really incredible that we have this community built around us, but always question everything. It's important to your animals' lives. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Look who woke up. He was walking around behind me. I don't know if the camera caught that or not. You say hi. Say hey, guys. Does that mean I can use you in a thumbnail now? Huh?
I'm a lonely, hard feline.
I take what's mine and I leave behind.